I'm Emily Martinez, the Director of Community Services for the Mahoning County Board of Developmental Disabilities. Statewide, there is a shortage with direct support professionals, or DSPs. They're the paid staff that provide the care for individuals with developmental disabilities in our community. They're an invaluable part of our system. So what happens when we have a shortage? We as a community have to ask ourselves, what can county boards and providers do together to ensure that we are learning, understanding, and appreciating our DSPs? It's an immense job that we all have to do together. The Mahoning County Board of Developmental Disabilities looked into this and decided to partner with one of our providers, New Leaf. We've worked together to create a program where new SSAs, Service and Support Administrators, will go out and shadow DSPs working in their everyday jobs to learn how we can understand and appreciate them more. We hope that this provides better communication, better understanding, and better quality services for the individuals that we serve. Stay tuned as we interview 5 new SSAs that went out and shadowed direct support professionals in the community. Let's see what they thought about direct support professionals prior to the shadowing experience. How much money did they think a DSP made? What did they think the primary function of a DSP was? And then we'll discuss what did they learn from that invaluable experience? What is their takeaway? And how are they doing their jobs better because of the experience? This experience helps them to improve communication with providers and deliver quality services in Mahoning County.
So now I have Phil and Jennifer and Rich here, and I thought we would just have kind of an open discussion about your experience shadowing the DSPs. Why don't you tell me, let's start with Phil, but any of you can jump in. You know, what was the one thing you had to pick out about your experience that was interesting, or the most interesting thing you learned from it?
I think that one of the interesting things that came across in my shadowing experiences is how I was in a home with 3 women, and how quick they were to share things with me, whether it was on an iPad or something they did at a day program. They wanted to show me what they did during the day, or what they do, or what their likes were, or what kind of family involvement or trips they've taken. They wanted to share with me what their life is about.
Okay. You didn't expect them to be so open and...
I did not. I did not expect that.
Did you have that same experience? You all had different people you shadowed,
Yes.
right? Yes.
Uh-huh. In the home I went to, there were 3 women as well, and one of the ladies was on hospice. And so one of the things that surprised me the most was how much compassion and love was shown in that house. It touched me in a way that I didn't think that I would be touched. So.
The lady that I shadowed, the thing that surprised me is usually when you're direct care, you're burnt out and you're tired. But I was just surprised of sort of what Jen said, how well she cared for the ladies, also how well she knew the ISP. Some of the things that was important to the individual, she kind of displayed it. She didn't really say anything, so I got to see her actually do the job. And then when I read the ISP myself, to see that she was following all the steps, that was very impressive.
Okay, good. So if you had to pick, what did you learn? What was the most important thing you learned?
I think the most important thing I learned from the DSP standpoint was their attention to detail. They understood what both ladies needed, food-wise, what med-wise they needed, their likes and dislikes, even without looking at the ISP. And this kind of explained to me, or what I picked up, that they had thoroughly read and knew the background information on the women. So that was truly impressive.
So what was your takeaway, Jen?
Probably one of the things that I learned was that they work very hard. They had 3 individuals, and they all had different needs going on, and the women who worked there were able to multitask and get everything done that they needed to get done, as well as providing emotional support to everybody.
And how long did you spend with them, the entire day?
We spent about 3.5 hours. Yeah.
And what was your takeaway, Rich?
My take was just very important. Sometimes our job is a lot of paperwork and busy work and behind the computer, but just not to forget to go into the homes and see the people that's actually doing the work and see the individuals and their environments. It gives you a better outlook and understanding of how to write plans. So I really took that from the process.
Mm-hmm. So for the last question, any of you can jump in, but what do you think we can gain from this experience that you had as an organization, this shadowing experience?
Well, I think as an SSA, like Rich said, learning to write the ISPs and the service delivery guides, it gives us a better understanding of what to put in those because they have to be carried out. And so you kind of get on at the ground level and see what needs to be done.
Anyone want to add?
I think on my take and what I've taken away from this shadowing experience is, we want to have a good relationship. We want to have good communication, not only with the people that look after the individuals that we are responsible for, is we also want to have a good relationship and good communication with the providers that work with our individuals and serve our individuals.
You get the final word.
Just appreciating and realizing that we're all working towards the same goal. We're all on the same team. So just continue to keep that open communication. Things happen, people make mistakes, but just to make sure that we continue to support each other and work towards the same goal.
So it was a good way to learn more about the job.
Yes, it was.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you. We're here with a DSP, Selena, who works every day in Mahoning County taking care of individuals, and she was recently shadowed by 3 of our SSAs so that they could learn more about each other's jobs. So Selena, what did you gain from this experience?
I think for me it was very rewarding to have them come in the home to see exactly what our job requires, and that it's not as easy as some people may think, but it was it was fun having them here and seeing some of their faces, and I really enjoyed them, each and every one.
So some of them were pretty surprised, or they had no idea what your job was really about, right?
No, they didn't. And even when, like as I said before, when we did the activities, it was kind of, it was very rewarding to see how they interacted with the clients in the house and being able to get their hands dirty a little bit.
Yeah. The purpose of this was to understand the role of the DSP. And so how do you think this will better help the team process, having the SSAs better understand your job?
I think it'll help them understand exactly what we do perfectly, because a lot of the time, if they're not having a good day, the day is not going to go how it's planned. There can be certain things, we have to follow their activities, their scheduled plan, whatever events they have planned for the day. But if it's not how they want it to go, they got to see firsthand that that's not what it's going to be. Because sometimes you have to follow like a guideline, a plan, a activity schedule for the day. But they got to see that. We, like I said before, we went to an activity, went grocery, shopping, and the clients wasn't having it. So, and in the SSA that went with us, she got to see firsthand. So it was really, really nice.
You kind of have to adjust, right, and figure it out.
You really do.
Yeah. How did allowing the SSA to shadow you help you personally?
At first, I was kind of nervous, having someone here and them maybe not knowing or understanding really what it is that we do. But they were really nice, and it was kind of good for them to really see that, we are undermined a little bit, or we're like the bottom of the totem pole in some eyes, but in the reality of it, we would keep them going. You know what I mean? We would their see every day, and we're important to them. We keep them independent. We keep them going every day. We're like the start and finish of their day. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of important to me that they got to see that. They depend on us.
That's good. That's really good, especially for the new ones who hadn't done the job.
That hasn't done anything in that field. Yes, it was very important for them to be here.
What do you think we as an agency and as in the world of developmental disabilities and as the providers, what do you think we can all gain from this experience?
It'd just be a good balance on both ends, because they get to see exactly how it is in the houses, because they're just shuffling paperwork. They're not in the houses, they're not doing the hands-on stuff with them. They're just writing out them. I don't know if they write the plans or whatever they do, but we're actually doing what they're writing in that plan, and to actually do it is a lot harder than what they're writing in them plans. So I think it's very rewarding. I would love to see exactly what it is that they do behind closed doors, you know?
Well, you're answering the next question. Where do we go from here? Maybe to reverse it,
To
and then you follow them, right?
Yes, I think that would be lovely because, you know, in our eyes, we think they just have an easy job, and they probably don't.
No, I would think they would say they don't either.
Yes.
So understanding each other.
Yeah, I think that'd be better to understand. You're right.
Yeah. Well, maybe that'll come next. So thank you so much.
No,
Selena.
no, thank you.